Okay, and I'll share my screen. Okay, so what are we trying to do now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So yesterday we learned about. So yesterday we learned about VNet and subnet. Okay, so let's try to do some lab on it. Okay, so what we're trying to do here now. Okay, 1 second. Let me try to build it here. So this is Azure infrastructure. This is a VNet. And imagine we have two subnets. Okay, this is one subnet. We'll name it as, we'll have, web servers. And we'll have another one.
App server, right?
Or backend server, anything you want.
Okay.
Let's try to make it as app server. Or backend server. Okay. So we'll try to build this in. We'll try to do some lab on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Outlook. This is the Microsoft Azure portal. Okay. So first we have to build this virtual network.
Network. Okay.
Okay.
In real time also, we'll create a network, right?
Network only, yes. It is on. I'll show you some real-time diagram later on. As an assignment, I'll give you to open. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take it as not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So Azure is recommending that you should have this IP address. Okay. If you want to keep it, you can go ahead and keep it. And otherwise, you can just remove this and write your IP address over here. Okay. Let me type here. Okay. This is the IP address that I want to give /16. Okay. Okay.
Slash 16 means.
Okay. So there is a concept now. This is a CIDR notation. CIDR notation. See here. CIDR notation.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So this notation value needs to be from 1 till 30. Okay. Now how it works. Okay. Let's try to show you. Okay, I have given the IP address as 99.0.0.0/16. Okay,
Mhm,
so see
mhm.
how many IP address will get generated. Okay, total IP address that will get generated is 65,536.
Okay.
Okay, if I give it as 28, it will reduce to 8, I believe. 16. Total 16
16.
address will get generated. Okay, if I give it as 1, see the amount, it will be very high. See, this many IP address will get generated.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so this is how uh, you have to give. Now I have given 16 means some 65,000 something IP address will get generated. Okay,
Okay.
in this range, yeah. Now you have to create. So earlier, now Azure have changed a little. Okay, earlier it was mandatory to create one subnet. Okay, but
Mhm.
now you have an option. You can go ahead without creating any subnet, or you can create all the required subnet in one go. Okay, so now we have
Mhm.
created, if you see the diagram, there are two subnets, right? One is web server subnet, one is backend subnet. Okay, so
Okay.
let's try to create the subnet here. We give it as web server subnet, and this address should be from this address. Okay,
Mhm.
so 99.0.1.0 slash, let me give it as 24. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Now I'll talk about service endpoints later on. I'll
Okay.
give you one lab on that, but let us proceed without that now. Okay, we'll click on. So we have created web server subnet. Now another subnet is backend subnet. So let's try to create.
Mhm.
So we have given 99.0.1 over here. Let me give it 2 over here. So we have created two subnets. Next, we'll click on security. So DDoS protection, I'll let you know later on. But the basic concept is that DDoS is denial of service. So sometimes what happens, hackers hackers create so much of traffic, that within milliseconds, millions of traffic gets generated to the server. Okay, so
Okay.
server gets busy and stops responding to other requests. So
Mhm.
that is the denial of service. So Azure by default free of cost is giving basic denial protection, DDoS protection free of cost. But there is some enhanced feature, enhanced protection. You can choose for the standard one, but that will be again chargeable. Okay.
Okay.
Now firewall, will discuss on that in a different segment. As of now, I'm just leaving it as it is. Okay, we click on review plus create. So we'll try to, so we have created this VNet and subnet, right?
Yes.
Okay, we have created this image. Okay, now let's try to deploy one. So what we'll do next, let's do a web hosting on this web server. Let's deploy one server, VMware server, and let's deploy one website on it. Okay, then we'll see how it works and how the control can happen. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let me make one design over here. um, we try to, okay, server 01. I love this name. Okay, so let's try to deploy this VM. Okay, so network deployment got completed. Now go to the resource. Okay, you can see here the address space. This is the address space that we gave, right? And you can go to the subnet and see there will be two subnets that we have created. Clear?
Mhm.
As of now, there is basic DDoS protection and no firewall. Okay. Now we'll talk about. Let's try to create one. So once we create a device, then then I'll show you how the NIC, the NIC address, uh, gets associated. Okay. So let me go to the resource group. Okay, we'll create. Or let's try to do it from here. Create a virtual machine. This is the name, right? The web server 01. And it has to be in the same area where you have deployed the network. We have deployed the network in North Europe, right? The region
Yes.
should be same. Availability option, I'll tell that to you later on. And for simplicity, I'm keeping this as Windows Server 2016 data center. And to reduce the cost, I'm changing the size to BM1S. That will be. I'm changing it to B1MS. Okay. Okay, I'm giving the password as username as root admin, and password as um, okay. Now, normally in whenever you're deploying a website, a server in production in real world, this RDP port. Are you aware of how many ports are there and what is the functionality? Are you aware about that?
No, Shiva. No.
Okay, so let me tell you some basic thing. Remember couple of four ports mainly. Okay, four ports. One is 3389 port, one is port 22, one is port 80, and one is port 443. Okay, these are the ports that you will See, these two are RDP ports. RDP ports means you have created a website, but any engineer, any administrator will not be able to access that website, that server, unless this port is open.
Okay.
Okay. So port 3389 is that is remote desktop protocol RDP port for Windows. Okay. And this is RDP port for Linux.
Okay.
Okay. And this is HTTP port. And this is HTTPS port. Here. So you have to remember this. Okay. So normally in real world, what happens? We don't open RDP port of a production server. Okay. We don't open. So that opening the RDP port means this server and without any security, this server can be accessed from internet anywhere. Okay. So in real world, we don't do it. In real world, what we do when we have to access in real world, what we do, let me show you. For example, this is internet and this is the server. If you open port 3389, any person will be able to access from here to here, right?
Okay.
But in real world, what we do, we don't open the port, this part. Okay. So instead, we create another server in between. Instead, we create another server in between. And from this server, person is able to access. Now, what is the server called? This server is called jump server.
Okay.
Okay. This server is called jump server. Right?
Okay.
And from this jump server, then we people access. So this jump server has lots of security and all these things are there. I'll talk about that later. Okay. So just to give you an understanding on how it's working. So as of now, we are opening because that's how I have to demonstrate you. So I'm opening this RDP port. Okay. And we don't have any license here. Other if so, so there are two concepts in Azure that just be careful with that.
Okay.
So so there is one concept. One is this portal.azure.com, which everyone is able to access, right? Now there is one enterprise version of this portal. Okay. And that enterprise version is for large organizations like Deloitte, like IBM, like big organizations. Okay. So so what will be the URL for that? That will be ea.azure, ea.azure.com. But every organization will not be able to access that portal. It's restricted. Okay. So just for your knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go to next. Click on next. Click on this. I'll make it a standard SSD to reduce the cost. Normally, we select premium only. I'll leave the encryption as it is. Click on next networking. And this is the web server that we have created. So I'll choose the web server subnet. So public IP address, normally we don't select because through public IP address only you will be able to access through internet this server. Okay, we don't select that, but so what we do from jump server using the private IP address only, we are able to access the servers. Okay. But public IP address, we need it here because we are going to access it. So we have to create it. Okay. And NIC security group will be basic and allow select, we are allowing this port, accelerated networking. I'll let you know what it is. Load balancer, I have a different entire session on that. I'll tell you that. Okay. So next is management. So I don't want boot diagnostic. Normally you should keep the boot diagnostics logs, but I don't want it as of now. So I'm just ignoring that. Okay, we'll click on create. It will take 3-4 minutes to get created.
Okay.
So what is the plan now? We will, okay.
Installing
So
web application.
this is how it will look like. So per hour, the cost for this web server will be 1 rupee, 1.73 rupee per hour. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I'll click on create. Okay. See, even here you can see this is only recommended for testing. Otherwise, anyone will be able to access it written. So
Okay.
now
Okay.
what is the plan? The plan is that in this web server, I will host one website.
Okay.
Okay, I will host one website. We will access that website from this VM itself. Okay, and then we will try to access that website from internet. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and in this period, I'll show you how to bring more security in securing the website. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
national security group firewall, all those things I'll tell you about. Okay, so just wait for this configuration deployment to finish.
So that web server IIS by default it will be there.
It will be that you have to enable that, install that.
Mm-hmm.
You are already into application support.
But not that one because I know IIS like sometimes our development team used to restart that one. So that's why I heard
Okay,
that.
okay, I'll tell you.
The cloud project factory, is that your company name?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, so we'll see what all things then. We'll do this all these things till today, and then tomorrow we'll try to prepare a high available solution. Once the networking is done, then we'll touch virtual machine and storage, and then slowly we'll proceed in that way. Okay, so now the deployment is completed. You can see. Let me go to the resource. So see here, the private IP address is from the IP that we have given, that 99.0.1.0/24. Remember? Can you hear me, Narasimha?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so this is private IP address from the range that we have given, and public IP address we just put. So let's try to access this.
Mhm.
Okay. So how you access server? You aware about that?
MSTSA.
Right.
To
MST. Okay. Let's try to
okay.
access. Remember the ID we gave.
Please touch power.